Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath, and today we're going to get right into it. So, a funny thing happened. I have a lot of tarot decks, guys. I have probably close to 100, to be very fair and certain. I haven't counted in a while, but when I tell you they are everywhere, I'm sitting in my office and they are on this side of me, they're on this side of me, I'm stuck in the middle with you. Not jokers to the left of me and jokers to the right. I have tarot to the left of me and tarot to the right. And here I am, stuck in the middle with you, my beautiful collective. So, here's the deal. Stuck in the middle with you, Three of Cups. We love it. I just was guided to get a new deck. I haven't bought a new deck in a while. I have been traveling. I have been doing things, and there was an amazing thing that happened when I was in Iceland. Me and my companion ran into a wizard. Yes, a wizard. You know, as a fire sign, everything for me can be turned into a fairy tale. And so I'm always paying attention to the messages and the things that happen. Well, we ran into an Icelandic wizard, yes. And that Icelandic wizard took us on a shopping spree. Yes, that really happened. And where would they take us on a shopping spree? Well, where would I want to go on a shopping spree? To a crystal shop. It just so happened that that was planned in our itinerary. My companion, who was filled with magic and wonder, found it just upon a walk one day. She was just out. She's very elemental, very fairy energy. Go check out her channel, Momo's Happy Place. You guys have heard me talk about her. You've seen her here. She also has done fantastic coverage of our travel in more condensed and edited forms because that's one of her giftings. So you guys go check that out. But she was out like doing something one day, flitting around being a magical fairy, and I had said that I wanted to pick up something. There were some runes or something while I was in Iceland. And she just happens upon a crystal shop. She didn't look for it or whatever. Now, this is pivotal to the story because when we finally get to the crystal shop, this lady bursts into the shop and she's all energy and she's all intense and she's like, I need runes. And she was like, I've been looking everywhere for the runes. And my husband is outside and he's upset because we got to catch a flight, but I had to come get these runes. You can't make this stuff up, guys. She ended up being a Scorpio, and then she asked me for advice about how she could better ground, and I told her, and it was just very kismet. But anyway, we're in there, and this Icelandic wizard says to us that he would like to buy us each a crystal. After meeting him, we met a lot of amazing people in Iceland, and people were very attracted to us because of our vibration and the energy that we create when we're together, and we have our own energy separately, but we're both very colorful, we're both all the stuff, and people said that to us very often. Oh my gosh, everything here is so bland. I think he specifically said it to us that morning when he met us. Everything here is so bland. You guys are such a breath of fresh air and so colorful. People would ask to take pictures with us, all kinds of stuff, right? Individually, together, all the things, right? So, in any case, we meet this person and he's very, caught up in the rapture of the magic for sure, and decides that he is guided. So people will be dispatched to bless you. And so he definitely was an incredible blessing in so many ways. And so he was dispatched to bless us. So it was supposed to be just a crystal, and he ends up spending a lot more than just on a crystal. We didn't ask him to. Literally, he was picking stuff up off of the shelves for us, so much so that I got decentered, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I want, because like, who expects to just be on a shopping spree, right? And that's exactly what it was. It was one of those supermarket sweep moments, and I was like, I wasn't prepared. So that was there were a lot of lessons that happened inside of that moment for me, for sure. But one of them was like, if you are given something, then what do you want? Like, you should have some center of what you actually want. Well, here's what happened. I'm also always paying attention to guidance systems and like people being guided in, and I knew that he was interesting. I knew that he was kismet. I knew that he was powerful. We ran into him a couple times by accident. I truly believe it was really like meant to be the same day in a big old country. And so what happened was that he picked out a deck for me. He was like, hey, Monette, I think you would like this, or this looks like you. And so I'm always listening because we have people that will come in and know a thing or two about us. There is also a Labradorite tower that as soon as me and my friend walked into the shop, I was like, oh my gosh, I want that, but I'm not spending that because I knew I had come in for my runes. I had my budget set for that, right? And so, it's so funny because it was like tower about this big, and you know, it's funny because he ended up picking out another tower. I think it was a lapis lazuli, which has to do with the throat chakra very specifically, and he was like, this looks like you. And so I ended up getting this beautiful tower. I'll show it to you in another video, guys. Crystal tower that I knew that my angels had guided to him to give to me, because I would have picked out what my eye would have been drawn to, which is labradorite, which actually reminds me of the aurora borealis, the northern lights, which is one of the reasons that we went there. That was definitely on my bucket list to see. So in any case, blah 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 blah, back to the story. He picks out this beautiful tower for me and ends up spending probably more than the labradorite tower was, but he picks out this deck for me, and it's a Zen deck. So I will do a reading for you from that, but the story is not about the Zen deck. I knew that that was gifted to me for a reason, and he felt like I needed it, and the angels felt like I needed it, and I felt like they were shopping for me through him and shopping for my friend through him, if that makes sense. It was a very magical moment for both of us. Yes, well, there was a deck that caught my eye, but because, you know, that's so funny, my little empath self took over, and I was like, I don't want to be too like whatever, so I saw something that I did want, but I didn't get it because I knew that there was other magic afoot at that time, but I saw it and I did purchase it. So I get home and I get this deck. This was on the shelf in Iceland, and I saw it and I was so drawn to it, you know, this lotus flower, all of that stuff. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm going to be doing some readings for the collective with this. So, 6 minutes in, let's get into it. Now, another deck caught me before I went, because I was supposed to do a reading in Iceland for you guys, but Iceland was Icelanding, and what I mean by that is it was such a magical time and we were so busy, I didn't even get a chance to do what I normally would do. Also, my friend that I travel with is really fantastic about prioritizing our downtime, and so my workaholism is always like like deactivated thankfully when I am with her, so it's actually much needed. But in any case, we shall read today because I am here and we shall read today. So I got a deck called the Cook's Tarot, and I got it because it's visually stunning and we are visual people for sure. And so we're going to do a reading with the Cook's Tarot, and we're going to do a reading with the Oracle deck that I was guided to get when I was in Iceland, but I knew it was something for me. It's so funny, when I cracked it open when I got home, I opened right to the card of gratitude, and gratitude has been a big theme for me in my manifestations and everything. So I love it too because the color that has been following me happens to be on the cards, which you can't see from the front of the cards. It's this orange and yellow, this orange sacral. I have been obsessed, and it has been obsessed with me in the best ways. All right, so let's see what we have today, guys. I also will be clearing with my handy dandy African American tarot. This is the one that I took to Stonehenge with me. I've been all about my ley lines lately and places. I have some, listen y'all, when I tell you I have a delicious treat coming up for you, I have a delicious treat coming up for you. I'm trying to think if I give you a clue. Root chakra. Me and you. And the root chakra. I can't wait. I can't wait to do it. Now when that happens, there will be a reading done. Okay? All right, guys, let's see what we have here. I have a card that flipped out. I love this so much. New beginnings. Now, this card is a New Orleans deck, and this deck is made by, I'm going to show you this beautiful black woman who has made this deck. She is out of New Orleans, and she is incredibly popular. Her name is Fatima Medbodi, and this is Miss Fatima in all of her magical black melanated glory. And anyway, I read the whole book, as I do with every tarot book that I get, because the thing about tarot is it's all about our intuition. Yes, guys? So this is an oracle deck specifically. You can't memorize every single thing. There are certain principles, certainly, that you want to understand, especially with the Rider-Waite tarot, which has all of the suits and wands and the whole thing, yes? But I have gotten into cardomancy lately, which is reading playing cards. There isn't anything you can't read. Y'all saw me, I think the last video I put up, I was sitting in front of a train track, and I saw all of the wands in front of me, and I gave you guys a reading from the physical wands that were in front of me. Once you start doing tarot, your intuition just blows open. Also, before tarot, your intuition is open. You don't get to tarot unless you have some curiosity about the spirit realm and how your intuition works. I had had to learn to read without cards because I came from a Pentecostal background. So this was like diabolical sin to them, and so I never touched cards almost till about maybe 5 years ago, and that's why my collection amassing to what it is now is like wild to me, because y'all, when I tell you, I didn't have cards, and when I started I would only get angel and oracle decks, because I was like, oh, maybe these are less evil and I will die less. Girl, I have unindoctrinated myself from all of that nonsense. But the irony is that you don't need cards to read. They are fantastic to help stimulate your mind and to give you visuals. But if we were going to do a reading right now, I can read for you without tools. And sometimes when my clients book me, they say I want no tools. I have very, very religious clients that are like, I am straight up out of the church, but I do like your intuition and I trust it. Can you read without tools? They get offended if they hear me flipping the cards. And some people get offended if they don't hear me flipping the cards. So to each their own. I can curate whatever your experience would require, and I'm so grateful. See, you never understand why you go through something. I'm so grateful that I was really raised the way that I was through my spirituality, self-taught the way that I was, because I didn't attach to it has to be a certain way. So we could be looking at a piece of fruit and I'm going to get a message, or we could have these gorgeous illustrated cards and I'm going to get a message. Now, when I read through this, the New Beginnings, this is a cemetery, and I don't know if you guys know, but in New Orleans, funeral culture is a huge big thing. It's a huge celebration. There's the band, there's a parade, there's great food, there's a repast for days and days. And this cemetery card for New Beginnings is one that might trigger people. The cemetery, New Beginnings, yes, because as the explanation is given, in order for something to begin, something must end. And so I love that that's where we are at. So for those of you that are watching this, here's the message for you. You have just been through whatever needed to end in order for something new to begin. You went through something that felt like a death to you. Excuse me, guys. You went through something that felt like a death to you. You went through something that felt like it was going to take you out. You went through something that was bigger than you. But now new things are growing. We're going to clarify that with the regular tarot. This would be technically Rider-Waite. It's the African American tarot. There's an orange butterfly here. We can't make that stuff up. The sacral. It's time for you to start having pleasure and fun again. All right. The clarification is your anxiety. Can we talk about that? Yeah, let's talk about that. The Eight of Swords here. So the issue is apparently that yes, you know that it's time for new beginnings, but you have some fears and you have some trepidation about what is going to happen with you as you move forward. And what do they want to assure you about what's going to happen as you move forward with this new beginning? That what they're saying is that you're going to have complete success, because what's coming to an end is all of the hardships. With the Ten of Wands here, you went through a cycle that was repeated and that was prolonged. Whenever I see that Ten of Wands, we're looking at something that would happen over and over and over again that absolutely overburdened you. It got so heavy that a tower moment had to happen, that scorpionic energy, and everything had to be killed off, dead, eviscerated, burned away. And so that's what happened. And now they said success is your new portion with the Six of Wands here. So that's what they want you to know. We're going to pull another oracle card. It's a new beginnings, and it's time to grow is what I heard. Now, the card that's at the bottom of the deck, so this is where we're going, and that's how you would read, right? Bottom of the deck is the ultimate future, which is a power card. We love to see it. This is about you taking your power back, and I'm going to actually read it to you. I did read it, but I want you to hear it, and I heard to tell you about it very specifically. So let's talk about it. Marie Laveau, who was very well known in New Orleans culture, she was the epitome of power and grace within the community of New Orleans. Not only was she known as an astute businesswoman, so that would be the Queen of Pentacles if we're looking at regular tarot as well, but she was also the go-to person for the spiritual remedies of everyday life. If you have drawn this card, you have been called to embrace all aspects of yourself and to rise to every occasion with confidence. You are so much more than the mundane daily tasks that often bog you down. New opportunities will help you explore the different ways you can express yourself and feel more fulfilled. Now, at the bottom of this other deck is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a very divine feminine forward, and yes, Mr. Cha-Cha, you too, okay? Divine feminine energy forward. You are creative, you are entrepreneurial, you know how to make things happen. If you're not entrepreneurial, you know how to get things crack-a-lackin', okay? Also, you are very centered after the deaths that you have suffered, the death, okay, that you have suffered, whether it was in a relationship, whether it was a death to your ego. My ego had to die, and usually in any dark night of the soul or any kind of tower moment, your ego ego will die. And that's probably what's the most painful. It's not just losing that relationship with that crazy narcissist. It's the fact that your ego told you that you were Captain Save-A-Ho, and you were not, sis. You had to save yourself, ho. That part, okay? All right, let's clarify power here. What are you not seeing? What are you not wanting to see? With the Hangman and the Moon card, let's investigate. What are you not wanting to see? What are you not wanting to see? That you are entering a new season of virility. Come on, virility. With the Knight of Wands here. There's a snake here in the Knight of Wands, and there's an angel wing. And I love this. I love both of these things happening at the same time. Because as we work with our angels, it's very easy to think that it's all like love and light and cherub wings and stuff like that. No, angels are very visceral, very sensual even. I know it sounds like blasphemy, but no, they care about our needs being met, and they care about us having the pleasures of life. And I'm not just talking about the most obvious, right? I'm talking about all of life being pleasurable again. So this is your season to re-immerse yourself and to get back into your virility, to understand about your sensuality, to understand about your sexuality, to understand about your viability in the world. A lot of you guys are starting, like I've heard a lot of you guys starting back at the gym. A lot of you guys are starting to go back out and sing. A lot of you guys are re-immersing yourself back into concert or festival culture. A lot of you guys are camping. A lot of you guys are finding ways to do things that really stimulate your soul that you might have taken a reprieve from when you went through that dark night of the soul. So that's what I mean by your virility. I don't just mean sexual energy. I'm talking about the fact that you are coming back to life, back to reality. Because we were in an alternate reality when we were in that dark night of the soul, when the deaths were happening, when we were burying the thing. But it's a new beginning, okay? So let's pull one more oracle card, and then we're going to go into the Cook's Tarot, which is so powerful, I find. Now, the thing about all tarot decks is they all have a different vibration. They all feel different. Some I love, some are go-tos, some are mean. It's interesting. Some are mean. Let loose. I can't make it up, y'all. Let loose. Foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Jeez Louise. That was 1717 on the clock. Someone look up that angel number. Everybody get free. And I love this so much. Intuition. Let loose and intuition. Let's clarify that. Oh my gosh. And I love this. This will be the Ace of Cups. Abundance. And it's abundance, but it's the Ace of Cups to me, which is love. And then we have gratitude. May I tell you that gratitude is going to come in here? Gratitude has been finding me. I have been so grateful. I've been so juicily happy. I've been feeling so validated by the universe and in my choices, and I want to pass it along to you. All right, let's take a look and see what's coming up for you. Why did they say you need to let loose, kick off your Sunday shoes? I can't sing. That's not my gift, y'all. Oh, travel's coming up. We have the Chariot. Interesting. Okay. So you guys are supposed to be traveling. That is one of the ways that you can let loose. Now, I'm not just saying that because I've been traveling. I've been drinking. I've been traveling, y'all. I've been traveling, but it's no coincidence that you're over here, that we're watching each other. If you found this video and you've never seen me before, it's time to book a little staycation. Do you need a little vacation? Do you need a little booskication? Or do you need a little individual solocation? You know, the channel that I recommended, What Was Happy Place, has so much that she does regarding travel. She does a lot of solo travel, and she taught me so many beautiful lessons about the fact that you don't need anybody to be with you to have a great time. She's outside, okay? And you can be outside. And I have seen a lot of people, like, you know, the luggage that I even bought years ago before I ever knew anybody else that did solo travel was Samantha Brown, who had a show, if you guys remember. And she did solo travel. She taught us how to travel the world and how to be more efficient. So much so I bought her luggage. And I'm going to tell you, I just recently bought new luggage that's gorgeous, right? It's absolutely like Barbie pink, gorgeous, like hot pink, like a dream, from a really amazing black owned brand that got a couple shout outs from Oprah. And I will tell you, I really like my Samantha Brown luggage. Can I say that? It was, because she traveled. There's something here about travel here for you guys. Because she traveled so much, she really knew how to do things efficiently. The luggage that I just bought is heavier than the luggage that I had. And now I'm an overpacker, y'all. And just as a plus size woman, my clothes are bigger. So they're not like your regular size clothes out there. So but I'm also an overpacker. I like to look, I like to be dripping whenever I go any place. And so I found that I had to pay like extra luggage fees on this last trip, every leg of my trip. And it's not just because I overpacked, it's because the luggage that Samantha Brown made was so efficient, so well thought out. Even though my Barbie pink luggage is freaking gorgeous, it was so well thought out and so efficient that I never got an over fee, and I overpacked. I never had to pay a luggage fee before, ever. And I was so sad. The handle really broke. So I wasn't just buying it for vanity reasons. Like, something happened and I needed to get a new thing because it was like a pain in the butt. The extender, thing actually broke in one of my last trips to New York. And so I had to get a new piece. But I was in comparison of the pieces, and I was like, I actually like my Samantha Brown luggage. Well, I love to support a Black-owned brand every day, every night, hence these cards before me, the New Orleans deck. I still, like a review is a review. Anyway, that's a little side, a message for you. I think the message here is that the more you do something, the more efficient and better you become at it. Because Samantha Brown spent so much time pouring expertise into traveling, she actually created a piece of luggage that is phenomenal. Literally, it extends, it had the pockets. It's just my favorite piece of luggage. I'm so sad she stopped making it, because I would have just bought another piece exactly like the one I had in a different color. In any case, yeah, enough about my luggage. It's time for you to pack light or pack heavy, because it's time for you to go somewhere. Travel is definitely aspected. Before this year is over, they want you to plan a trip for yourself. I don't care if it's a short trip. I don't care if it's a day trip. I don't care if it's a weekend trip. I don't care if it's a trip to a place that you've long held in your heart. Get outside and do your part to reconnect back to the earth and back to people around you. A lot of us are coming out of these dark nights of the soul. I know that because of the cemetery card here. Something has died. They said it's time for something to be revived. Let's see what's going to be revived. The next card that came out was Intuition. Yes, God, I can't make it up. The Six of Swords, they said you are left behind the hardest part of what you went through. The Six of Swords is one of my favorite cards because it's about the ancestors guiding you. It's not just that you're ready to leave behind. The Six is also about balance, right? So you're getting back rebalanced and recalibrated, but you are ready to leave behind, and your ancestors are literally guiding you to leave behind the troubled waters that you were just swimming in the last few years. So that is over. Even if you think it's not, even if you still have residual shock waves, even if you still feel like, no, Monette, you missed it, they still trying to get me energetically. They're not. It may still be something that's playing itself out, but the worst is behind you. One of my favorite songs is Frank Sinatra, and it just randomly comes on when something amazing's about to happen, and it's out of the tree of life I just picked me a plum. Totally off tune, y'all, but it's the best is yet to come. And that is what I'm getting here for you. And that's what I'm asked to convey. The Six of Swords is also mercurial. It's about communication. This is being communicated to you from the cosmos that you have a better energy lined up, better experiences lined up, and better humans lined up for you. But what they want you to really be able to rest in is that the worst is behind you. You will never be triggered the way you were again to that degree. You have learned new skill sets. No one could ever try you. No one could ever get over you again. And you will now meet new real connections, friends, lovers, whatever you want as you move forward, because they said they're so proud of you. Your ancestors are so proud of you. I see them here, and they are so proud of you. And they said you spoke yourself free, meaning you said real words to get out of a sticky, uncomfortable, and out of alignment of vibration situation with you. Really proud of you for that. The next card is the Ace of Cups, or the Abundance card here. The Abundance card here. So let's take a look and see what the Oracle message is. And it is that you have people that are going to be cooperating with you. Three of Pentacles. Also that you're going to be learning new things. You have new gurus coming in, is what I heard. So what have you been listening to? What is your third eye opening to? I see a crescent moon here. And so what I want to tell you is that the rest is still unwritten. There's something that's still coming into fruition. There is something that is still not fully in balance. The crown on your head lets me know that you are crowned, but this is sunshine energy. And it actually reminds me of the Aurora Borealis and the story of that. Let me tell you a quick story, guys, from Iceland. So we're in the planetarium, we're watching this, and they explain why the Aurora Borealis happens, and it's really as a result of solar flares that we are getting protected from by like this magnetic force in the earth. It's amazing, and it brought us both to tears. Like, it was just such a beautiful moment to like realize how loved and protected we are. And then on top of it, we get a magic show of the Northern Lights and the Aurora Borealis. What I'm seeing here is you being crowned by the sun. Clarify the sun in my mind. They said you were crowned by the sun. I'm hearing you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are blue. The creation is pleased with you. Oh my God, the creator is pleased with you. Oh my God, that's what I just channeled. The creator is pleased with you. We are this grand experiment. We are put here on this earth and we are observed by we don't know who, but the creator, they said, please let them know, is pleased with you. They love you. They're in love with you. See, usually when I get the Ace of Cups, I want to predict a relationship, but they said the relationship that is getting strengthened is the relationship within you, within the cosmos, within divinity. You are seen as this beautiful thing. Every hair on your head, everything that you do, they said, let them know that the creator is pleased with you. The creator is pleased with you. The creator, oh, a nice audible confirmation, is pleased with you. Clarify the energy of the Ace of Cups. Oh, and now they said choice is yours. 7 of Cups. I love that for you. You now have the option to do whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to travel, do that. If you want to love, do that. If you want to rest, do that. If you want to feast, do that. If you want to luxuriate, do that. If you want to work, do that. They also said that you will have the option of choices that are coming to you. Clarify that. Yeah, I can't make it up. 2 of Cups. Now we in love. Love is love. Hey, do you want it in your candy sweets? Do you want it in your black eyed peas? I love the 2 of Cups because the 2 of Cups is the beginning. It's the let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. How did I make the Sound of Music into trap? But anyway, the start at the very beginning. So a needle pulling thread, something's being sewn together right now is what they said. And it's being divinely guided by your ancestors as well. Your ancestors have sanctioned this. So whatever's coming up for you, for whoever the love message is for, because we get pockets of it, and y'all, love exists. I feel so very protective of letting you know that. I am a Leo sun. My job on this earth is to make things brighter and shinier and lovelier. We rule the 5th house, which is love, romance, dating, affairs, all of the magic things that make us care, the shit that love songs are written about. You're never going to come get a reading from me where I don't talk about love to some degree, whether you want it or not. Think about the radio. Think about every song that's ever sung. It's love. Not everyone, okay? But most of them come from the highs and lows that love do bring us. So it's wild to me that people watch tarot and they're like, F that, I don't want that. You don't have to, but someone does out here. So I'm going to hold space very protectively, ferociously for those that do, because my very embodiment on this earth is to make sure that love comes through to you. Okay? And with the 2 of Cups here, it means that you are being divinely guided by your ancestors who want you, believe it or not, they want you in connection. That's what I just heard. They want you in connection. A lot of you guys may not realize how much from the other side we are watched. I literally have my altar set up and my father is here and I put out food for him. Very specific food recently that he guided me to, which was hilarious. And other stuff. In any case, my ancestor looks over me and has guided me. My ancestor, who was a hot mess on this earth, a narcissist if you really want to know, but from the other side, he has done nothing but try to facilitate my growth, which is wild to me. If you would have told me that, I would have told you were a straight up liar. Your ancestor, whether you like them or not, whether you knew them or not, maybe some you did know that you did love and some that you never met, are guiding you into connection because they said, bet. They said, thank you, next. Be so effing grateful for your ex. Meaning, oh, come on, grateful. I can't make it up. Gratitude's the next card. They want you to be grateful for what was hard. Come on, bars. They want you to be grateful for what was hard. They want you to be grateful for what sucked, for what hurt, for what took the life out of you, because they said now you have the work of loving to do. Come on, Queen of Cups. You are this embodiment now of a loving connection, a loving persona, because you now know that love is not just fluff. It is a lot of investment and dedication. And now you get back clarified. That Two of Cups, and we'll go into gratitude. I can't make it up. 10 of Cups. You're also going to fall in love with your community. It's time to re-immerse. If you don't want love, actually, it's time for you to get back involved with the community, whatever that means. I've been guided, and my angels have been like, we gave you a little season and a reprieve. You guys haven't seen me on here like this, whether it be in lives or pre-records, because I've been busy, sis. I've been busy actually resting and recuperating and not being in pain for the first time in years and years and years. Like, not excruciating everyday pain. Still pain, life is lifing, but for the most part, I'm very grateful for the place I am now versus where I was at. And I think that that's also for you guys in the collective to understand. Think about where you were a couple of years ago to where you are now. There is some element of free. Give us free. There is some element of freedom that you have taken into your life. There is some element of moving forward that you have done and facilitated. You did it. You did the push. You birthed yourself. And I'm so proud of you. Now, let's talk about you falling back in love with the community. If it's not a lover for you, let's say you said, Monet, whatever you say, bump that love stuff. 2 of Cups, I don't want it. That's fine. You don't have to have it. But the 10 of Cups is here for you. And so the community could be here on YouTube. It could be parasocial. It doesn't have to be one-on-one, actually. It can be that you find a fantastic new channel. It can, if you do, drop it in the comments. We love to share and grow together. It can be that you find a new thing to read. It can be that you find a new thing to do. It can be that you find, like, you re-immerse yourself. Like, I think of my bestie right now who's, like, gymming it up, and I'm so proud of her. She's, like, getting her body, hey, you should be up in the gym, just working on her fitness. So she has a new culture and a new community. For those CrossFitters that do that or whatever, maybe you're going to meet a new spiritual community. But either way, they said be in gratitude for the thing that has not yet shown itself to you. So if you're like, Monet, what you talking about? It's a ghost town over here. My ancestors who? A new community where? That's okay. Write down and script that it will be it. Come on, script that it will be it. Okay? Script that it will be it. Script that you're going to move into this place where you are lovingly embraced by whatever community or whatever connection that you choose to stand face to face with. Be in gratitude of that. Let's clarify what happens with gratitude. Now, I already know a little message here. I know something you don't know, but I'm going to show you right now. Gratitude is clarified by the 4 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Let's talk about that. This is a fun, interesting message. Keep your blessings close to your chest. The 4 of Pentacles is very much the miser card, yes? So it's a card of holding something back or knowing when you have a fantastic opportunity. One of the things that I do, and that I just do instinctively, is I incubate. When something delicious is happening to or for me, I will shut it down and I will let it gestate properly and quietly until I'm ready to share it with the world. And sometimes you're never really ready to share something with the world. Who knows? That's up to you. But that is the secret to growth. Not everybody needs to know every single thing you're about to do. When I pop out, when I post stuff on my Facebook, I don't do it every single day, but I do it when I have something important to say or I have something important to document or something wonderful has just happened. But I'm not up there giving a ticker tape countdown to everybody on Facebook that's just really looky-loos. There's only a handful of people that really care about you on any of these social media apps. Wake up. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up. There's only a handful of people that really give a damn about your life. Everybody else is just kind of looky-looing. Yeah, okay? So I don't say 13 days until Iceland, 14 days. I don't do that. But when Iceland's happened, or whatever it is that I'm manifesting has happened, then I say, this happened, okay? Because people can sometimes get a look in at what you're grateful for, or a look in at the next thing for you, and if it's not something that they can manifest for themselves, or that they cannot connect with emotionally, they will not be happy for you. And that's when people send evil eye. You see the evil eye that I have protecting me back here? That's when people send evil eye to you. And it doesn't mean that they're sitting there casting a spell over a crystal ball and wishing the worst for you. excuse me, what it means is that they're thinking, why do you have that and I don't? It's as simple as that. I remember when I first wrote my book, Little Seed of Sprouting Story, and I was so excited, and I was, a friend had invited me to dinner with her husband, and her husband had been writing a lot of like fantasy lore books as well, but he had not published anything. And he was really salty and weird at me. Now, mind you, my book was not this like War and Peace tome like his was. I mean, his was very labor intensive and very long. Mine was like a quick little, essentially a quick little poem that was downloaded to me by my angels that they said, put this out. It's going to matter later, not now. That's another thing. Delayed gratification. The Four of Pentacles speaks about that too. Delayed gratification is something that is coming for you, or that's something that you need to understand will be part of a beautiful manifestation for you. I don't even know what I'm channeling right now, so I heard to tell you that. But delayed gratification. When I published Little Seed of Sprouting Story, my angels said this is not going to matter now. Literally, no one's going to buy it. No one's going to know about it. In 20 years, in 30 years, you're going to be like, oh my God, and you're going to get it. I still don't know what I'm going to get. We haven't got there yet. But they said later is when it's going to matter. Sometimes you'll be guided to do something that means nothing in the current moment. And it meant something to me. Clearly, I put time and energy. I self-published. I did all the things. But I found a publishing house. I did all the things, right? But they said it wasn't about now. It was about what it will bring, and it will be a story that is being told. I heard storytelling, and they said that this will be full circle for you later. You'll understand that you spoke into existence your reality and your destiny. Even now, as I'm saying that to you, it doesn't make any sense to me, right? Why would they tell me to do a thing? But they said there was some delayed gratification in that thing. Anyway, when I went to this couple's house to celebrate with them for dinner, really, but just happened to have that good news, and I shared it with them, I noticed how he was so mean. He wasn't just like lightly hating. He was highly critical, like, oh, you're self-publishing, that's so BS, and that's nonsense, and da-da-da-da. And really all that was happening, because I do this for a living, was that he was salty because he felt like challenged by the fact that I had accomplished something that he had not yet. Mind you, there is no comparison. He was gestating an elephant. His thing was this huge undertaking. Mine was this little thing. But all that matters is that finish lines were reached, and he felt a way about me reaching my finish line. And so he put a lot of negative energy onto it, which didn't stop anything for me because it was already birthed. Does that make sense? Can you imagine if I would have taken it to it while it was in its infancy, while I was still cooking, while I was doing storyboards with the illustrator, and we were working together late into the night, figuring out how to get it laid out just right? Can you imagine me taking my precious thing in front of this naysayer and hater who didn't wish me well? And that's why I say hold back what you're doing until it has gelled. Come on, gel. Until it has coalesced, until it has taken a shape. Then you can bring it in front of people when you know how to protect it and what to say, or how to introduce it, or what it is. Because people that are naysayers, or that love you, or that are jealous in their own way, or that could never fathom or couldn't create what you have created, will put their evil eye on it, even if they're never sitting by a crystal bowl and trying to wish you the worst things. They will just have a lot of the energy and throat chakra that jealousy brings, and that's exactly what he did to me. But I knew what I was dealing with, and he was just salty that he had not done his thing, which was none of my business. Okay, I did what I was guided to do. Now, let me tell you something else with gratitude. I have communication as my clarifier here with the Eight of Wands. So writing and scripting is going to be highly important. Also, talking and saying out loud. You know, there's a 3-6-9 method of manifestation where you write something 3, 6, and 9 times during the day about what you want to do, and then you are able to bring it into your physical reality. Google the 3-6-9 method here on YouTube to get a deeper explanation about that. But they're saying that both in written word and in spoken word, you are going to manifest with your gratitude. Clarify gratitude for me. The Knight of Swords. They want you to ferociously protect what it is that you are grateful for. The Three of Wands. Because there are hyenas that want to see you not move on, not grow. There are people that are... listen, now we got into the part of the reading where... Okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Empress, as you show up here. Let me tell you something, stable Empress with the Ten of Pentacles. And the King of Cups. Let me tell you something, Empress, that's very satisfied being by yourself with the Nine of Pentacles. Let's talk about it. I got a story to tell. Give me a second here. Because some bullshit just came up. So let's talk about that. Y'all, I gotta, it ends good, but it starts off with a shenanigan. So let's talk about that. The reason that I'm telling you to protect it, I just got the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, which is someone, people are watching to see what you're developing. People are very curious about what's happening in your life, the trajectory of it. The Three of Wands is usually not a bad card. It just means like kind of looking off from the distance to wait for your ships to come in. It means waiting for things to come to fruition. It means you've planned for something and it's starting to actually unfold. But here's what I have here. You see this card here? The hyenas and that goat that's in the trap. There are people, this is interesting too, because hyenas are female society. And it can be good or bad. But here's the deal. This doesn't feel good. And I know it's not good because I have the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. Someone wants you to stop your progress, or they want you to stop your growth or your momentum. You've taken momentum in the last year. And you seem to be getting you're getting your groove back in so many ways. Let me dig into this a little bit. I'm going to tell you something, and it's because of all these other cards I pulled: the Empress, the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. You were happy being single, you were happy being by yourself, and so now you're getting other things. And I know that because what I clarify here is the Six of Cups and the Lovers. That's why I said a little bit of bullshit before the beauty. Yeah, the Six of Cups and the Lovers, and the Lovers is Geminian energy, which is also a 6 as well. So that's 6-6. 6 is about balance. So this is about you getting in balance with your finances. This is about you getting in balance with your health. Yes, it can be about love too. We'll talk about that. It's absolutely about love with the Six of Cups, because the Six of Cups is a card of the soulmate. That is a dispatch destined connection that you couldn't I don't want to say you couldn't mess it up if you didn't want to, because we can mess up anything. We have free will. But it is guided for you, and it is fruitful, and it is abundant. I want you to look at all this fruit that's there before them as the ancestors. I mean, it's YouTube. I shouldn't have showed you that because I forgot they're taking people. But anyway, y'all. That's why we're not monetized over here right now. You definitely have the potential of a love relationship that's going to come in for you that's very ancestrally guided. You guys see the ancestor up there in the sky? It's angel ancestrally guided. It's going to be fruitful and abundant. But they want you to incubate it and protect it, because people would like to bring a tower to it. Here's a tower. People would like to bring, this tower is wild too. It's like one of the most like gnarly towers I have in any of my decks. People would like to bring a tower to it. Okay, they would like to bring a tower to your peace. For those of you that are single and happy, because I keep getting the Nine of Cups. Oh no, excuse me, I have the Nine of Pentacles, which is single and happy. The Nine of Cups is your somebody's wish fulfillment. Yeah, and there's sexual connection coming in for you too, for sure. For those of you that are wanting that, you're creating it, okay? You're someone's wish fulfillment. You're going to find someone that is a good match for you. That's great. Here's the deal. Whether it's sexual connection, lovership, whatever, a business ship, I don't care. If you're creating something, if it's a book, right? Like I was just giving the example of the book. Here's the deal with that. You have to be very careful to protect it, because people are speaking not well on it. Clarify that energy. Clarify that three of, yeah, but you're fine. The Strength card's here. The Nine of Swords. Oh, okay. This is, oh my God, got it. This is someone's nightmare. Nine of Swords to the Two of Wands. This is someone's nightmare for you to have success. It's literally their nightmare. You see this guy? Nightmare. It is their nightmare for you to move forward and have success. And you've been so stubborn. And I'm so proud of you, because look at this. You see this guy riding this bull? You see what I mean? You have been literally riding this bull, Fu Manchu, for more than 6 seconds. You have been on the bull of life that has been bucking you to and fro, that has not wanted to treat you right or do right by you. And you have been riding this bull. And you have gotten so in touch with how to... It's almost like you're in a state of flow where you're just like literally like, I will not let go. Life is trying to shake me. It's trying to get me. It's trying to injure me. And I'm not letting go. And so it is someone's nightmare to see you succeed. Very much like it was for the guy that I did the book. I mean, there's no reason he should have been jealous of that at all whatsoever, but he was, because we are jealous of things we think we can't attain. And let me tell you about jealousy real quick. Jealousy is just to center you so that you can create what you want. So I want you to transmute jealousy, because we all experience it, myself included. When you are jealous of someone, whether it's envy or jealousy, because one of them is more like, you know, dramatic than the other, It's about you seeing something that maybe you identify with being able to attain and have that you haven't yet manifested. And so for my empaths, I want us to be healthy about it. If you see something and you want it, don't take it, don't steal it. Manifest and create it. That's why jealousy is there. It's just a little ping. If you can treat it that way and not let it consume you, like a lot of us have seen it consume people, especially when it comes to our lives, what you jealous about me for? Do you know what I've been through? Do you know my strife? You know, it's so easy to look at my Facebook or look at my pictures or look at my videos and be like, oh my God, must be nice. But you know what wasn't nice? Laying in a bed for 2 years. That part. So people don't understand what the sacrifice is. Being in incredible pain, having pieces of my body cut off, learning how to walk again. That wasn't nice, but it's really easy to look and be like, must be nice. She's living her best life after living my worst. Okay? And that's why I'm saying protect yourself, because people don't know about the divorce. They don't know about the friend that betrayed you. They don't know about the nights you cried quietly. They don't know about the rejection from the relationship that you would have given your life for. They don't know what you have been through, but they can look at you and say must be nice and then hate on you and then be jealous of you, and you're like, do you want to be jealous of me laying in that bed? Do you want to lay in the bed? You want to not be able to walk? You want to have everybody in the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. So here's what I'm telling you. It's someone's nightmare that you are doing well and that you would succeed in whatever capacity, whether it is a divorce, whether it is a breakup, whether it is a bestieship, whether it is a business that you're succeeding at. I don't care. Whatever it is that you're getting, this is someone's nightmare. And that's so sad. That's so sad. Let me put one more card on that, then we're going to get into the Cook's Tarot. That is so sad. Clarify why it's someone's nightmare. Oh, because you were dealing with you were dealing with a narcissist, y'all. For those of you that were dealing with narcissistic people, I don't care if it was like a mentor, a friend, someone that you thought you were chilling and clicking with, if it was a lover, an ex, a husband, a wife, I don't care. You were dealing with someone narcissistic with the King of Swords here, who absolutely did not want you to be this juicy, beautiful empath, which is the Queen of Cups. They did not want you to have love. They did not want you to have happiness in your life. I heard joy and happiness. They did not want you to have joy and happiness in your life. And so it's their nightmare that you're finally starting to live right. And can I continue to give you the key for living right? It's gratitude. They keep popping that card up for you. And so now we're going to get into the Cook's Tarot. Someone's nightmare is that you are doing so much better, that you are living Gucci sweater now, living better now, pop top something that ends, I'm the man, girlfriend, I'm channeling Biggie Smalls. I love it when they call me Big Papa. I only smoke blunts if they roll proper. Yeah, you're living a life that's very, very particular right now. And people are like, how? How did they do this? How did they manage it? Especially because I thought I had them down bad. My life is a piece of ish right now is what I just heard. Because what's happened is flip it and reverse it. Put your thing down, flip it and reverse it. I'm hearing Missy Elliott right now. You flipped it and reversed it. Whatever they put on you, whatever juju they sent to you, whatever they didn't want you to have, man, the way that you have busted through, the way that your life is abundant and taking a turn, the way that you are learning and learning and learning, and they are watching you. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Look what's in his hand. And I have no privacy, a knife. Someone does not like what's happening with you. Now, I'm not a fearmonger kind of reader, but I'm not going to lie or run from truths, okay? We're going to speak our truth here. I'm called to ring my bell of truth regarding my throat chakra. Ring the alarm. You've been through this too long, okay? And what we're going to do is not have anybody that's spiritually stalking you, but they are. They're spiritually stalking you. Here's how you'll know. They will show up in your dreams. You will have synchronicities where they're thinking about you and you see something that happens to be with them. You are not stalking them, my friend. They are spiritually stalking you, or they miss you. You might hear a song. You might see something that reminds you guys of each other. Y'all, that's how people spiritually stalk. Someone is stalking the ever-loving ish out of you, and they are mad. That's okay. I heard I'll be getting to the money. Hey, everybody's mad. That's Beyonce. Someone's getting to the money, whether it's figuratively, actually, literally, emotionally, romantically, sexually, platonically. Someone's getting to their bag, meaning the energy of abundance. Can we talk? Let's get into this Cook's Tarot real quick. Hard to shuffle because it's really big. But we're gonna, Ten of Pentacles. I can't make it up. I be getting to the money. Everybody's mad. Be mad. Be mad about it. And I'm thinking of 6ix9ine. I'm mad. They mad. You mad. They're mad. 9 of Cups because you're abundant and juicy. You're living la vida loca. I love it. I love it. Let's see. The 3 of Cups. Now, now they want to come. Oh my God. I know you see me in the video. True. Now they want to come and play with you because you're on your new beginning. This reading is just reading itself. The Fool card. Now you have a new beginning. You're footloose and fancy-free. Footloose. Pull off it. Didn't I just sing that? Kick off your Sunday shoes. Jeez. Louise. And that dress is orange for the sacral. We love to see it. Come on, orange dress for the sacral. Yeah. You have been putting in the work, guys. You have been doing what you need to. I don't even do the reading, is just reading itself. You've been doing what you need to. Now people want to come back and they want to pour tea with you. They want to sip the tea. They want to dine at your table. They want to live in the luxury. They want to maybe travel with you. They want to be around you. They want to maybe sleep with you again. They want to talk to you again. They want to just be your friend again for some people. They want to be back in your house, I heard. They want to be back in your house. Something about strawberries is here too. I don't know what that's about. Something about strawberries. Who's the strawberries for? What does the strawberries mean? I don't know. Something about strawberries just came up. Clarify. Oh. They want to talk to you. Can I talk to you? I really want to be your friend. Listen, let me tell you the story real quick because it's just coming so quick. 8 of Cups, you walked away. Cry me a river. That's what I just heard. Lots of suds in the bucket and the clothes hanging out on the line. You left the situation, guys. 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 8-8. That was perfectly destined to happen. That was perfectly divinely destined to happen. And they are still attached to you with the Devil here. You got it? With the Devil here, they want you. What they want is that you are still attached. I'm thinking of Drake, but it's the opposite end. It's one of my favorite lines from Drake for my internal sacral self. Is that since I got in contact, she's attached, right? And I love the energy of that. Leave it to Drake to like speak our dark souls about how we connect sometimes. But it's one of my favorite lines. Like, it's just catchy the way he says it. Drake is amazing at saying catchy stuff. I love him. Anyway, the Devil is here. The Devil is about attraction, but what I really see here is bondage. I'm also channeling Ceranos and Pan. So these are the other archetypes of the Devil that show up in other, god pantheons, right? So Ceranos is another word for the Devil, or Pan, and it's very lusty and visceral and very, not low vibrational, but earthy. Yeah, earthy would be the thing. And someone wants you to still be attached to them. You were the cupboard. You were the abundance. You were the blessing. G Fun Chi, God bless you. You were the blessing is what I heard. You were everything. I'm hearing you were everything. And they're like, can we just talk? Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Is what I'm hearing. Clarify the Devil. The 9 of Cups, yeah, you were their wish fulfillment. I can't make it up. You were their wish fulfillment. Now they know that. But see, they left you out in the cold. When I say they left you out in an Arctic tundra of cold, the way that they shunned you, the way that they treated you is so disrespectful that I can't even abide even channeling the message for them. Y'all can get effed completely. They treated you like crazy. They gaslit you to your face. They treated you nuts, and then they just iced you out. I heard I got this ice box where my heart used to be. So cold, so cold, so cold. You don't want any parts, and I'm not even going to finish channeling that message for them. Let me see what else is coming up for you. That's what else in the Cook's Tarot do you want me to bring through? Girl, I can't make it up. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. The way that they betray, I can't make it up. Oh, the 7 of Swords. They mad. They mad. They're so mad. Look at the cab in the background. You left. You said bye. Bye, Felicia. And now they're there by themselves with some mangy animal. They are the mangy animal. I don't know. These boots are made for walking, I heard. And that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are going to walk all over you. Someone put on their boots and got out of Dodge. And here's what's coming up for you. Ooh, balance with the Temperance. A balanced relationship. Oh, wow. I just heard like the waves crashing against the shore. Like that sound. The waves crashing against the shore. I see you out on a beach. With a drink in your hand. Tropicale. Yes. Yes, with a lover in the sun. Come on, lover in the sun. And I know that because I have the lover right here. We have the lover that came out as well with the sun at the top of the card for sure. And we have the Two of Cups. And I love this Two of Cups because if you see the heart, you see the heart that is made here. You see the heart there? The hearts follow me in the best ways. Oh my gosh. Well, this is a new deck. I didn't even see this. You guys see this lion here? By next summer, oh, or this summer. Something happened this summer or next summer, but look at that lion there. That's August. That's Leo, but it's also strength. Oh, it's loyalty. Oh my gosh, come on, angels. My angel said, get it. They were trying to take. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Wait a minute. Wait a second. That's why they're mad. I'm not mad at them. In my last video, I talked about how we heal inside of relationships. I can't make this up. On these teacups with the Two of Cups, if you guys can see that, if the glare is not getting you, can you see that? On these teacups right here, that's the caduceus, which is the DNA helix that goes into the wings that you see over a medical place, right? It's called a caduceus, and it's, and I may be saying that wrong, but it's about the intertwining of energy into healing, and then also sentient beings which heal us, meaning like both, you know, our DNA, our mitochondria, our DNA, the very visceral, grounded things that then evolve into the more kind of heady spiritual spaces. That's how I see it. I'm sure it has its own meaning. But what I'm going to tell you is this. You will heal. Oh. You will heal in this relationship. Yeah, I've been channeling this right for the collective. When you're ready to get into a relationship, when you're ready to get into a relationship, it is going to be this Two of Cups here. It ends with the Hierophant, which is the marriage card, which is contract. To contract or to not contract. But it means that you will be in a partnership, whether it's official on paper or not. But it's a real partnership that's going to stand the test of time. But it will be one that is divine. It's divine because of the Temperance. The Temperance is an angel card as well. The Temperance is an angel card, and it's about balance, okay, and getting things balanced out. And this is such a beautiful way to end this, because what it means is that you have the opportunity to be in a healing. And look at this. This is sanctioned. Look at how the angel is literally putting her hands over to bless these two lovers. The thing about the lovers is it's always a choice. You do not have to... Oh my God. There's so many messages coming through. It's always a choice. You do not have to choose the lover that is before you. In any love relationship, we have the option to love. We have the option to sabotage. We have the option to stick, stay, to tell the truth, to walk away. No one forces you into love. But what I love is the symbology in this card, and this is why different decks matter. Look, one person's drinking coffee, one person is drinking tea. There is a cinnamon roll. I can't even make this shit up. There is a cinnamon roll, which is like happens to be like my favorite thing in the world is a cinnamon roll. There is fruits here. One person behind him has a pillow that looks like it has clouds. The other person is sitting on like a fruit tree, abundance, bushes, which I would see as the earth. What I'm seeing this as is this amazing sweet with the cinnamon roll duality. Also, I see a green garden snake for growth, but also virility. That snake there for me is Kundalini energy. What I want to tell you about this connection that you will get into is that you guys will not be identical. And I really like that, because I think that we have a lot of times gotten kind of bamboozled by people that have love bombed us that were exactly like us. I've realized after going through so many connections and things, I don't want to be exactly like whoever is my bestie or whatever. We have similarities, but I like the difference between me and my bestie. I like that she has a coolness to her where I have warmth, and I have a coolness to me where she has warmth, and we are able to offer that to each other to examine at times and say, hey, can you take a look at this? Or, hey, I see it from this perspective. Any partnership that you have especially ones that are divinely guided, you will not be exactly like that person. And so the fact that he's sitting on a pillow that's air and she's more grounded in the earth means that there will be things that they offer to each other. The fact that she's a tea drinker and he's a coffee drinker, but they're sharing the fruit and the cinnamon roll. The fact that sexual energy is here. This is definitely a love relationship. Love relationship, sexual energy is here. Two of Cups. It's one that you'll heal in. And the thing with the line is it's loyalty. That's what they said. They said someone is going to be loyal to you. And that's going to matter because, you know, coming from a lot of our triggers, things are black and white and there will be loyalty. But coming from our triggers, you will easily think that someone isn't capable of being loyal to you. You know, guys, I always talk about making the rules in your relationship. None of our relationships are identical or the same. So you will figure out what loyalty is for your relationship, how you guys are home to each other or whatever, how you center each other. But you will figure that out. But you will heal here. You will heal here. Also, you will heal over food too. There is food in both of these. There is something that's being cooked up. It looks like eggs. Looks like eggs down there in that bowl. Do you guys see that? With the whisk. Yeah. They're healthy for you. They're protein. Albumin. Oh, they're complete. Girl, this is when the chefing comes in handy. In culinary school, we learned how the egg is the complete meal. We talk about the albumin, which is the white of the egg, the yolk. The chalazé, which connects it. You've seen it in the pan. It looks red sometimes. The air pocket that's in the egg for survival of the chick. But an egg is a complete. Cholesterol. Yeah. This is going to be something that is very healthy for you. And very balanced for you. Sunny side up. Here comes the sun. Da 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 da. That's what I just heard. Sunny side up. Your heart chakra will be healed. The places that were broken will be healed. It's going to be healed by the loyalty as well. I love this for you. That was such a beautiful place to kind of dive into. And then you'll decide whether you want to contract or not. To contract or to not contract. But what I will tell you is that you will get into a connection where that is going to be, I just dropped the card, you will get into a connection where it will be discussed, what are we, what is happening here, and this contract is over a lotus. If you guys see the lotus, that blue lotus in the background, and that is so indicative of the fact that you both, whomever you end up in connection with, has also come from something that was just as treacherous and dirty and filthy as you. You both have similarities in that way. While you are different people that will elevate and bring different things to each other, one is coffee, one is tea, you both came from a place that was filthy. Come on, filthy. You both came from a place where someone didn't see your value or worth, where you were hidden in plain sight, where they overlooked you, where they chose over you, where they didn't center you, they didn't value you. You both came from the same place. And the thing that's so amazing about the lotus and the lily pads is that when they emerge, they are freaking pristine. That is the transmutation energy of the divine feminine and masculine when they are in a healthy space. You went through the mud and the dirt and the grit, and you still come up with a shining, bright face. We love to see it. And both of you, open your heart to me. Here's the keys right here. Both of you will have the key. I got the keys, the keys, the keys. You both have the keys to each other's heart. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. In Paris, there's a bridge with the locks, and they stopped letting everybody put the locks on the bridge because they thought it would ruin the engineering structure of it, and it would just like make the bridge collapse. But it's still there to be seen, and if you want to Google it, you can find it on YouTube. Someone has the key. Now what I love is that there's no locks here in this picture. It's just two keys. It's just two keys because it's time for something to be open. Things were already locked in the past. I'm hearing sweet as apple pie, wholesome as apple pie. I'm seeing the Four of Wands in this as well. It's four shrubs in the background, but I don't think it was coincidental. To me, that's the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands, I love that they incorporated it that way, because usually the Four of Wands and the Hierophant card are both about marriage and relationship. The Four of Wands is indicative of a relationship where you like someone. The Hierophant card, number 5, is about contracts and unconventional contracts too. So this would definitely be for LGBTQIA, or if you were going to live with someone separate, or if you were going to have a long-term partner but you didn't want to get married, or if you actually want to get married. It's about all of those things. It incorporates the unconventional and the conventional if you want to do a hand fasting, or whatever the case may be. But with the Four of Wands incorporated so beautifully into this card, I've never seen it done that way. And this is why a new deck is so inspirational. We have the Four of Wands in the background on the Hierophant card. It means that you both like and love and are committed to your partner. Because the Four of Wands would be when you like someone, you're still dating them, and it's still like juicy and shiny and magical. The Hierophant is the commitment of the thing, and there is a witness to it. So ancestrally, there is a witness. Also, I'm seeing the rose here, so I'm hearing Beauty and the Beast. And except this rose is in water, and it's not dying, and it's not, oh my God, this is such an important message. You see this rose over here? This rose is not under the cloche. The cloche is the thing that you see in Beauty and the Beast where it's holding the rose in. This is so imperative for the health of the relationship that you choose. There must be freedom in it for both of you. That is so important that I'm channeling, guys. There must be freedom in it for both of you, because and there's green here, so that's the heart chakra too. If there's not freedom in it for both of you, if you both can't be exactly the people that you are, whatever that means for you, then the relationship will not go far, and it has to be free, not under a cloche. Don't try to capture your partner. A lot of us came from codependent relationships and those kind of situations, right? And what that means is that we were used to people thinking like them loving us so tightly felt good because a lot of us weren't loved properly, so that felt better than nothing. And I'm learning, even at my old age, that loving someone free is the best way to be. I want to be love free, and I see other people thrive when they're love free, when they have the freedom to choose and to live and to be excited and to do whatever they want to do. That doesn't mean that we don't create our own boundaries and rules and internal structures, but it does mean that you cannot cloche anyone and capture them. You can't clip their wings. You can't make them be just your thing, because we humans are here to express, and a good healthy relationship that you will heal in that is balanced with the Temperance card will be one where you can express yourself and you can take up arms here with the Knight of Swords. I mean, you can feel passionately, but it means that you need to have good head on your shoulder and good judgment about the way that things should be. And the one tenet in any relationship that's healthy is freedom for both of you, whatever that means. One more card and we'll close it out, guys, because I'm losing my voice here. I've been reading a lot since I got home, and I feel it. So we're gonna reshuffle. We'll put it all back together, and we'll see whichever one falls out. Oh my God, I can't make it up. It's love, Ace of Cups, bottom of the deck. I'm still gonna shuffle, but it just popped out. The Ace of Cups. Another tea here. Tea is significant. Oh, there's hearts on the teapot. Oh, that's so cute. And more lotuses. This is such a sweet gift. When you're ready for it, it'll be a sweet gift. It's such a beautiful gift. There'll be great communication. The Eight of Wands. Put it down to the diesel. Strike a fire, let it burn. That's Coffee is the name of the song. Blazing. Light me up. I'm at the gas station waiting. Someone is waiting. Someone's ready to be lit up with your communication and conversation. You're going to be talking a lot with someone. Look at that. Look at the letters there. That's old school. Back and forth communication. This is like a little campfire of sorts. Pulling up a chair to share your stories and to share your life. The match strikes. The match is struck. The match has been struck. The match has been struck. The match will strike. Nine of Swords. What's the anxiety about, guys? Two of Wands. Some of you guys have anxiety because it hasn't come in yet, and you're like, is this really going to be a thing? It will be a thing when it's time. But you got to do your healing, okay? You got to do your healing. So be patient, but your ships literally will come in with this. Now, what I will tell you here is we have the Star card here as my final card. The Star card is really powerful because this is a wish that you made. I love that they put in a birthday. I love cupcake. When I tell you, y'all, I love cupcakes. That is my favorite modality of cake. It's a cupcake. And I mean that. I love that it's small. I love that you can just eat it. I love that you can turn it inside of itself and it could be like a sandwich, like a moon pie. You know what I'm saying? Fat kid love cake. Well, this big girl loves cake. Literally, cupcakes are my favorite thing in the world. Here's the deal with this, and I love that they did. The Star card is always a card of wish fulfillment, but it's also a very sexual card. Usually the woman is naked. I love how they have her discreetly in a bathtub here. Baths are so wonderful and grounding for us divine feminine energies of all kinds, whether you're in the male body or not. Communication too. I have a lot of birds here. But here's the deal. After nurturing yourself, you're going to come into this. This is wish fulfillment. The way that I usually see the star card, if you have the Light Seers Tarot, that's one of my favorite decks. And it's like a girl sitting Indian style, and she's pulling a kite down like from God. And she's like, I want my wish, right? I could use a wish right now, wish right now. That's what I'm hearing. I love that they put the birthday cake with the candle that's all lit up, because what do we do when we have a birthday cake? We blow out our candle, we make a wish, right? And so what they're saying to me is that your reality or your manifestation is closer than you think. Just as soon as you get out of that immersion state of self-healing, you are ready to blow out your candle, not only make your wish, but have it come to fruition. The star is also Aquarian energy. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius right now, and you can tell because the receipts are being handed down. Guys, you guys received Danny Masterson. I'm going to make a video about that, who just got convicted after 20 plus years of alleged, not alleged, he's convicted, so he did it. SA and grape, absolutely. That's Aquarian energy. Aquarian energy is taking no prisoners. So all these people are like, how is this happening? And this isn't fair. And this is so old, and I'm appalled. No, Aquarius says we will handle this. Well, Aquarian energy is about unconventional and eccentricity. This love that comes in for you will be unconventional and eccentric, and it's love. It is absolutely love. Like I said, you can't come here and not expect me to talk about love, because literally is what I signed up to be on this earth about. It's love. Ace of Cups to the star. That is a beautiful love. That is a sexy love. That is a physical, visceral love. That is a tangible love. That is an in your face, in your life love. It's because you've loved yourself that way. So you've done all the things that I just said, but you did it by yourself and for yourself and with yourself. And now, apparently, there's going to be somebody else that would like to do it with you. And you will be someone's wish fulfillment. The star card also is indicative of a lighthouse. I just have my water bottle here, but it makes me think of a lighthouse. And a lighthouse like beams its light out so that the ships can come in. And very much that's what's happening. And that means you have to be discerning about what ships come in, what is right for you, what feels good for you. And you will do that. But it's someone that's coming in that's stable. King of Pentacles energy. I love that. And the King of Pentacles is not just about it being a man or not. It's about stability. It's a stable connection. So whoever is the connection for you, it's going to be someone who is grounded and who has done their work and can be a support to you as you were a support to them, blah, 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 blah. All the good stuff, right? And so it means also with that lighthouse energy that you can't just let any ship come across the shore and wreck, right? That's what the lighthouse is there to do, to let you know the shore is ahead. You are a place to land. You are land ho, but this is not just about you. They said what you should know is that this is about a dream coming true. They said we've heard you. They said we heard your tears, your whispers, your cries. We heard your desire for connection that felt right. We heard your desire for spirituality. We heard your desire for kink and things that are unusual and eccentricity. Remember, this is Aquarius energy. It rules eccentricity. It rules light years ahead thinking. It rules space, time travel, and communication. It rules humanitarian efforts, diversity. Your partner is not going to be what you think. They may not look like you thought they might look. They may not be typical to what you have had, but they will be a partner that wants you bad, but that you want bad. I'm hearing it may not be in the vessel that you expected, but it will be the experience you manifested. Come on. Bars. It may not be in the vessel that you expected, but it will be the experience. And let me clarify that. They said the experience of a lifetime that you manifested. And so it is. 12:12 on the clock, or it was 1 hour and 12 minutes and 12 seconds. The 12:12 is what caught my eye. So look up that angel number and get a little message in the sweet by and by. It may not be in the vessel that you expected, but it is the experience of a lifetime that you've manifested. And so it is. All right, y'all. That's it. All right. So good sharing energy with you. Come back and join me next time, and we will continue to evolve together.